There is going to be a severe food shortage in this country because of the drought that we're facing. And as early as 2050, we might have to become vegetarians because of the fact that it's just going to take too much water to farm cattle.
Yeah.
Now, this is disastrous news, especially because there are a number of different factors that are at play. First of all, you have the growing population. I know Cenk likes to argue that growing population isn't really that big of a deal and we'll find a way to deal with it. But because of the growing population, because of climate change, we are going to have to fight for resources. So according to the leading water scientists, humans derive about 20% of their protein from animal-based products now, but this may need to drop to just 5% to feed the extra 2 billion people expected to be alive by 2050. There will not be enough water available on current croplands to produce food for the expected 9 billion population in 2050 if we follow current trends and changes toward diets common in Western nations.
Look, we can hope that after 2050 it'll go down. I've seen some projections that they think that it will level off and go down. But it's difficult to make those predictions, and we don't know what will happen. Like, people didn't know that China's population would grow as quickly as it did over the last 50 years if you went beyond 50 years ago. And there might be other regions of the world that if they become more economically developed, they could face a massive rise in population as well. So look, it's going to be bad soon. We're all going to have to become vegetarians. It might be even worse after that. We'll be lucky if there are enough vegetables to go around after that point, maybe.
I know, I'm actually surprised that growing vegetables isn't going to be,
a problem?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's still going to be difficult. There's still going to be malnourishment throughout the world because of the fact that we don't have enough water to grow crops. But I'm actually surprised at how much more water it takes to take care of cattle as opposed to growing crops. It's significantly more.
Well, think about it though. I mean, you can eat a bit of spinach and that's food for you. Whereas if you filter that through a cow, it needs to eat lots of spinach day after day after day for months or years before you finally eat the delicious hamburger.
Right.
So this is actually like, this has become very real now with these new reports out of the UN that conservatives will almost certainly deny are true. But if you are a vegetarian, you almost certainly knew about the problem with how much it takes to produce animal proteins.
Right, it takes 5 to 10 times as much water to raise cattle and take care of cattle as opposed to using that water for crops.
Will you be able to adapt to this new world, do you think?
I think I would. If only 5% of my diet could consist of animal protein, I think I could do it. Okay. I'm definitely more in favor of vegetables, grains, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Sugar.
They don't specifically, I don't think they go into fish in this, but of course there are also problems with global overfishing and things like that. We might have to convert more to fish as opposed to land-based animal proteins. That'd be fine with me. Look, I just had sushi today and it's absolutely delicious and healthy. I feel good.
You damn elitist.
Exactly. But no, there are already many cultures that they don't eat meat at the same rate that we do, or they didn't before they became Americanized. It used to be something that you'd have a small amount, it would be flavoring or something like that in traditional like Asian cultures. And now, not only here, but now because our restaurants are spreading, people seem to think that every meal has to be a big plate of meat with maybe some vegetables or French fries around the outside. Enjoy it while you can.
Absolutely. By 2050, you might not be eating that meat.
Yeah.